Well, hi guys, how are you? This is my build that I spoke about Friday in Uncle Jim's chat. This is the fish tank design. I guess that's how a lot of cases are coming out like this these days. This was the cheapest, pretty much. The fans are in color, which I was looking for just non-lighted fans, but the fans were expensive. So getting the fans included with this case, it was cheaper. The motherboard is a Gigabyte motherboard. It supports two NVMe M.2, I think it's called. Let me see if I get my finger. Here we go. The little shiny part there. There's another one behind it. There's another one underneath it. It's the same speed, so I can add a second one, with a different operating system. I'm running Linux, Linux Mint on the latest version. The processor is a AM5. I just have to go with the AM5 instead of AM4. I could have future upgrade on this. I have 64 gigs of RAM on there now. It's 192 max, but I think it's higher at the website. So I'm going by what the PDF originally came with this, but online it has more features, more options actually too. The BIOS, I left it exactly the way it came from factory. Let me see what else is here. I think that covers this. It has onboard Wi-Fi. I'm not using it because I'm using Ethernet connection. The Ethernet port is a 2000 instead of the 1000. So just in case they ever upgrade, the internet is already prepared for higher speed. So I'm assuming that will happen in the future. It runs very quiet. When I do video editing, it ramps up speed and it goes very loud. Then once I hit the OK button for finished, it drops right back down to normal speed now and it's quiet. Let me get up here next. Oh man, getting too old on my knees. Sorry for the movement. The mouse is a little colorful mouse. It came with the power supply. The brand of the power supply is MSI. It's 850 watt power supply because of the amount of power this draws. The keyboard, try to keep it all the same. This is the branded keyboard. It has that flash, on their color, brand, or whatever you want to call it. This is the processor I'm using. If I grab the hands on it. This is the AMD Ryzen 7, and this is the 8000 series. This will go up to the Ryzen 9. I could go up with this. But I figured for what I'm using for, I didn't have to go that high. So this is the 8700G, which is onboard graphics. And it can handle 4 monitors. One is on HDMI, the small monitor, and the other monitor is it's called something else. I can't remember what it's called now. Right now it's running on 4.2 gigahertz. I can max it out to 5.1. Right now on the motherboard it has what is it called, AMD Expo is enabled, and I have that set to auto, that's an overclocking feature. Whatever I'm doing, if it needs it, it'll boost the memory up, it'll boost the processor up, whatever I need it for. If it needs it, and if it doesn't, it'll drop down back to its normal operation. This here is the 19-inch monitor that I had before priors. Monitor is maybe 4 years old, give or take, maybe 3. So I'm using this monitor for when I'm doing just like music or any kind of editing for the church. This is what I mainly use it for. And then I do my work on this big monitor. It's a 32-inch curved monitor. And it's a 1080, so it's awesome. The speed on this is unbelievable. It downloads everything quickly, installs everything is in seconds. Okay, the hard drive is not a moving hard drive. It's more like a flash drive, no moving parts, so everything is fast. This here it's a little small laptop hard drive, like 320 gigs. That's a backup drive. I only back up on this like documents, any paperwork that I want to save. I do backups on it, and it's set up with an rsync setup. I'm going to show you here the icon. Let me log into this thing here. See the little icon there? This is my backup. Well, that's a little text. It's a text document, and it's a code in there. It's called rsync. So I'm backing up like my main folders. Whatever folders I have document paperwork in there, that's what's in there. If the system ever crashes for whatever reason, don't lose much on this, so I have the original operating system on a thumb drive saved just in case. This comes with a setup that I have set up. It's time shift. It's almost like Windows. You have problems, you go back to that certain date and it puts it back in order. Well, that's what this has. If it ever gets destroyed for whatever reason, I got my backup there. And all I have to do is send it back into the unit, and I'm done. It's back up and running. Put my software in, which is not much. Most of it is already included, and it gets me back up and running. Very happy with this thing. It took me a while to put it together. I built computers before, but it's not the same anymore. It takes a lot of reading. You gotta make sure your parts match. You gotta make sure it's all compatible and it works. And it's not like it used to be. These days, you have a lot of options. Especially when you have a motherboard that has tons of options. So, depends on your budget. I was looking for a low budget. So I try to keep everything low, and I make sure that everything matches so it can run correctly and efficiently. I think that's all I have on this. And it has AI on the processor, onboard AI, and it's pretty cool. It's this, like you see, this doesn't do any jump, but the screen is nice and clear and clean. I open up like my editing software. It's the same program on my laptop. I open it here, and it's glossy. Everything. It pops up the pictures. Anything you do, it brings it to life. I mean, the AI process is pretty cool. I could have done all this with 32 gigs of RAM, but you know what? If I can make it 64, and I don't have to worry about anything, and it'll run. And there's plenty. I'll never use the 64 gigs of this thing for what I do. I'm not a gamer, but yeah, I put all my reloading stuff on hold because I need a new computer, because I do a lot of video editing for church, and I needed more power. And I also do for church when they do the singing on Sundays, So that this a program is called Free Show. So you do all the songs, all that. It's like a text. Instead of having books to read, they're presenting on a big, huge monitors, and that's what they follow. And that's what I do for the church also. I do quite a bit. Same program is installed here, and it's the same as in the church. So whenever changes I make here, I'll do the same changes over there. Like that, I know what's in there and what's not. And that's about it. So if you guys have any questions, you let me know, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.